Hey, so something's been on my mind about Jesus. Actually, Jeshu. That's the Israel name for Jesus. Now, Christians, come here. Okay. Rock with me for a sec. Okay. So before you at me, the knowledge that I'm about to speak about comes way before the 2000s. Okay. So I'm coming to you with old knowledge, first and foremost. But it's funny to me, and it's crazy to me how the original story of Jesus, Jeshu, who was born an illegitimate child, I can't say the original word for this, to his mother, out of wedlock, Miriam, we all know as Mary. And Mary was a harlot, from what I understand from these stories. Another thing that's crazy to me is that no one can actually pinpoint when Jesus was born. So what they actually have it as right now is that he was born somewhere between the reign of Herod, which was around 37 BCE. Now I'm going to need y'all to write this down. And that he was possibly crucified during the time of Pontius Pilate, which is around 2726 AD and 3637 AD. Pontius Pilate supposedly did the trial of Jesus, from what records in history say. Now, when you look at those time frames and you add them up on one of those old school calculators to understand timelines, 37 BCE and 37 AD is definitely not the 33 years that we know of his story today. That's around about 70-ish something years. Also, come here. What's also crazy to me is that once Jeshu found out he was an illegitimate child, he ran off to Jerusalem. And there was a stone in the temple there. They didn't let anybody mess with it because they believed it was forged out of the ground from God. Now, there was letters that was written on it. It was the Shem, S-H-E-M. They believed that anyone who read these letters would be able to do whatever they wanted in the world. So this stone was tied down by 2 dogs. If you read the letters off the stone and you looked at the dogs and walked away, you forgot them completely. Now, Jesus, the homie Jeshu, right? He learned the words, decided to write them down on parchment paper, slip them into his hip, you know what I'm saying, look at the dogs and walk away. Now, when he left, he, of course, pulled that right out of his hip and reread them words again. He went and grabbed about 310 men. He said, "Behold to you. Yeah, I'm this illegitimate child that you see and know of. But those prophecies about the Messiah, I am the Messiah." Now, I'm shortening this for video because it get real deep. The young man was like, "We need a sign." He was like, "Bet. What you need me to do?" They brought him a lame that never stood. He spoke the Shem over them. The lame stood. They said, "Oh my God, you are the Messiah." They brought him a leper and he healed him using the Shem. They was like, "Oh my God, you definitely are the Messiah." Now, baby, he got them words from a stone that he basically stole. And he was using the power of magic is what it sounds like to me. So Jesus basically healed by magic after he found out he was an illegitimate child and basically got mad about it and asserted himself into something. Now, between that story and the new story that we know today, whoever works in the narrator department to make him a son born in the manger and a virgin and born of a virgin blessed by God to heal the sick and the blind and be the only son of God, y'all was lit because y'all could have left the original story. It would have been more personable. And from reading this story, it sounds like Jesus did magic. So therefore, isn't he a deity just like the, gods of our African religion? Just like the gods in the Egyptian and the pagan religions? These people who have lived here many years before us and have died, and we just honor them? Sound like a deity, no?